Earth date December 7th, 2022. Let's Paint TV here. It is 54 degrees. No, oh no. Yeah, 54 degrees. Is that right? I think so. It's cold. And we are here hanging out with you once again. Hanging out. I don't know if anyone's here. Doesn't look like it, but that's because we're not consistent. I know that when we're not consistent, no one shows up. But we are here, and it's Wednesday. I believe I will pursue some more painting, and as such, we'll have to. Actually, what should I do? I got so many ideas, and anyway, it's just nice to. It's kind of like those reality. This is basically reality TV. Confessional reality TV that we provide. Though no, not goated enough. We don't have any producers. No one's egging us on to provide interesting content because they're well aware that it could be incredibly boring otherwise. So yeah, there's no dilemma. There's nothing terribly scary. Hey, Aria, what's going on? You got Santa hat on. I should put on my Santa hat. It's just not that comfortable, so I'm just gonna wear my regular hat for warmth. Sometimes you just have to just get cozy. Consider being cozy as opposed to not being cozy, I suppose. Aura. That's how it's pronounced. Aura. All right. Well, you can see in the background, I got a couple of paintings here that I've been kind of working on. The one on the bottom, "Be Right Back," was an idea that I'm not sure. I think I want to work on it a little more, and I'm thinking maybe I will. Maybe even today, though. I don't know how to do it. I'd have to figure that out. And because of that, I might not do anything. I might just talk to you, which is always fun too, just to talk. Maybe we play some music. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just sort of coming on here. I hadn't been on all week. But yeah, "Be Right Back." I want to fix that. We'll just give it a little extra love, I think. I got this canvas here already, but it's on the. We're not set up. I'm not set up to do anything other than exist, which I guess is what we're doing. We're existing. And fantastic. So we're existing here. Thanks again, everybody. Getting kind of interested in, and I've been messing around with the acrylic paints. I don't know if you see these paintings behind me. They're acrylic. I think it's exciting as a painter to switch it up and work with different mediums. Do I have a college art degree? Yes, I do. Hey, Alex. What's going on, Alex? Season's greetings. Happy holidays. All right, we're coming to you live from the Let's Paint TV studios. I'm not convinced or not certain that I'm not set up. Did I mention I'm not set up to do anything, though? I'm set up to work on this painting, but I kind of just letting that sit. It's it's one of those albatrosses that you can mess with or fiddle with, but I don't feel like I want to mess with at the moment. So I kind of want to mess with the bottom painting, the piece on the bottom here, because it definitely needs a little more work. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. And with that, we'll be right back. I mean, it pops. Sometimes you got to just realize that sometimes a painting is more about utilitarian purposes. It's one way to look at it. So I'm thinking maybe I want to. Well, that's the way. That's how I look at it. That's how I got to do it. I got to do it that way. Otherwise, I'll get bogged down. I hate getting bogged down. You know, when it comes to being art, doing art stuff, I hate being stuck in, you know what I mean? Like, I hate overthinking stuff, which I'm doing right now, by the way. Kind of overthinking stuff. And I guess you kind of have to. You kind of have to. There's a big part about thinking, and there's a lot of thinking going on, potentially, that one might have. In their heads, and as we go with whatever we're doing, we got stuff stuck in our heads. We don't know, if we should stay or should we go. I don't know if I should stay or should I go now. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I know there might be trouble. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Should I stay or should I go? Yeah, I mean, do you stay within the lanes, or do we swerve off, or a detour? Are we headed for a detour? And so that's the neat thing is that when it comes to being creative, we have all these options. We can limit ourselves because we work with what is successful. And that, because that makes perfect sense in terms of being a successful. And so you keep, you stay on course, if you will, with what you're doing. And I think that's valid, and that's a smart thing to do in terms of survivability. If we're thinking in terms of Joe the plumber, sort of more of a blue collar approach to being an artist, which again, that's a valid way to survive. That's survivability. That's survivability. But we're when you start thinking existential, I can't even explain to you what that means, but I just sort of know that word kind of fits in that place right now. But when you're putting in, when you're trying to, basically you're trying to bend the rules maybe, or to explore new horizons, and to discover new places, new discoveries when it comes to creativity, then what is successful, what works particularly financially, business minded aspects of what's successful as an artist. That doesn't jive. I mean, that just that takes you nowhere. You know, you're not going nowhere. So what are you gonna be? Gelson's? That's a good place. That's a good store. Uh, I'm not convinced that I think you're joshing me. That looks like a Josh comment. All right. So I'm thinking maybe I want to paint. I could continue on to talk, though I don't really have anything to say. I've discovered maybe that I guess I do have things to say, but basically, I feel like I'm well aware of that I'm repeating myself, and so then I kind of feel like I take myself out of the equation in terms of constantly trying to hit you over the head with whatever the hell I mean, with whatever I'm doing. Are you serious? I mean, I don't know if you're pulling my leg, but if you're serious, oh wow, it is. I gotta say, I haven't sold much lately. This is probably my worst year in terms of selling artwork. I'll tell you that right now. In many years, this is probably one of the crummiest years. But I'm trying. Well, I mean, shit. I mean, Gelson's shit. That's a good store, but wow, I'm surprised. Uh, well, anyway, making money. Well, here's the problem: we have selling paintings, particularly when we're selling paintings, um, and we're in a position where we want to, try to get a good price because we sold paintings at a good price. So then we get stuck in that high range of selling paintings at that price. Then and then no one buys it. Then you're stuck with these paintings, and then you still have no money. So, oh man, yeah. I mean, it's but I feel like I've made some good paintings this year, you know? I feel like I made some, good paintings. But I always feel like I have a better painting coming. Um, and so I'm working on that, I guess. Kind of keeps me alive. keeps me going. Keeps me going. The possibilities. But again, going back to the fact that we're not. So now we're kind of getting talking about selling, and again, selling doesn't equate to new discoveries. Usually, not necessarily. Anyway, it's always problematic. It's problematic when you conflate the two, confuse, combine, incorporate, smash them. Anyway, I think it's just you just have to get excited about things, and that's your only that's for me, that's my only hope. But there's plenty of questioning, and there's nothing wrong with the questioning. There's nothing wrong with pondering, and nothing wrong with not knowing what you're doing next. Um, All right. So I don't know. So should I work on this painting? I mean, I want to, but I need to I need to get an easel. I don't want to take that down because I'm still fiddling with it. Not sure if I want to do that. Nice to be here, guys. Like I said, I hadn't been on all week, and so it's just sort of nice to say hi to you. Um, I feel like our show the Let's Paint TV is really de uh, decompartmentalized. It has decompressed. It has become literally a figment of your imagination, of one's imagination. I mean, we got nothing going on anymore. I mean, it's just a puff. It's just a sad excuse to exist. So my bad, and I'm constantly feeling like I want to work and get that to work. I'm going to try to bring more excitement to Let's Paint TV. I mean, I just got to bring the treadmill out or something, you know. That's all. That will get me going. I think that's my only. That's the only thing that works for me is just to just be on a treadmill. I just need to be on a treadmill all the time, and then I'll be in good shape. Okay, so anyway, so I'm gonna mess around with this thing. Alex mentioned something about you. What's that? You want to work with acrylic more? Yeah, I'm messing around with the acrylic. Yeah, that's what this is, acrylic. And so is this. This is what I like about it is it dries. It's just dry the next day. You know, I do like that. And if you want to add color after the fact, it doesn't. There's this sort of. I think oil. I love oil. I'm looking at this paint I did yesterday. I love how the oil, after just a couple of. After 1 day or 2 days of painting on that painting, I love that luster and excitement. But if I put more days on that painting, 3, 4, 5 days, or you wait a month and then you add more acrylic, oil on top of that. I don't know. For me, it becomes, I'm just like dead. It's dead. I feel like there's no life, you know. But acrylic seems like you can kind of pop down some color on top of the existing acrylic, and you can still get a lot of life. So it's kind of fun. I've had a little success with them too, and what's nice is for me is I'm acrylic has life. Do you guys use any kind of medium in conjunction with your acrylic? Because I can't figure that out for the life of me. I think at the moment, I've just kind of gotten away with not doing anything. But I read about all these various mediums, and I'm like, oh, should I buy some of that? You know, first of all, it costs money. And it's just some kind of clear glaze crap that you mix with your acrylic. And I do not necessarily, I generally don't like the kind of lack of glare or matte quality that acrylic gives you when it's fully dry. It's not as sexy, you know, as oil paint. Particularly when it's, you know, oil paint in the way that I like to use it in a more aloe prima or whatever you call it. Is that how you call it? I bought some. I ordered actually some fluorescent acrylic. I'm kind of looking forward to using that because it's just kind of fun to use different colors that you don't necessarily use all the time. Because for year after year after year after year, I'm using the same colors, particularly in the oils and then even in the acrylics. And it's easy to work with. It's a no-brainer, but anyway, it's fun to pop in a color that you just don't use and all that stuff. You say acrylic gloss medium. Yeah, is that your recommendation? Acrylic gloss medium. Gloss as opposed to satin. You wouldn't use satin. Or it's the same, right? Or it's a preference. So it could be a satin too. But anyway, acrylic's kind of neat when it dries. Because acrylic is neat because it dries like right away. So like I try to sell stuff on the internet, like on eBay and Etsy and all these various places, Saatchi, Anyway, and so with an oil painting, it takes it's like a whole month or so for the damn painting to ever dry. But acrylic is one day. Acrylic is dry as a you can ship it out. So and you can roll it up and if need be or whatever. But if you start popping down that oil, and then particularly if you work on the oil that it's you're reworking the painting and then then you might not even be able to roll up the painting because you're just it will crack or something. I don't think that acrylics really crack. I guess they could if you really put a lot of acrylic paint on, but there's they do seem to have a bounce to them, don't they? Well, anyway, it's kind of shop talk, I guess. Or, again, I mentioned this sort of a reality show confessional that I'm giving you guys. You know what I bought? I ordered from Nova Color. And that's a company here in Culver City. And I've been to you could call it a factory, but it's a building. A handful of times over the years, I went there, even, I'm going to say in the 80s, I went there. Really, you think acrylic will last longer than oil paintings? Anyway, the price on these on the quality's really good. I mean, I know from experience, but it's been a while. I hadn't bought from them in a while, but the quality, as I recall, is very good, and it's the same price as that you would buy from Blick, and so I'm gonna start trying to buy more of that stuff. Actually, I want to try to use those paints like in plein air kind of situations, It's in the back of my mind to do something like that. Texture white. I didn't see that in the I saw texture something, but it didn't say texture white. I saw texture black, but they had a texture. They had one called texture, but it wasn't called white. But I was curious to try something, but I don't. Maybe it's more the clear or something. Ask for it. Yeah, so I'm game. Yeah. I might get some of that. They're like you can get a 16 ounces, which is about. I guess that's what this is. These are 16 ounces, right? 16. I'm pretty sure. I can't read. These are 16 ounces. Am I right or wrong? They got to be 16 ounces. Or you know what? Maybe they're not. Let me double check. Let me see. 16 ounces. Yes, 16 ounces. Sometimes you question your reality. Because think about that. This beer is 12 ounces, and this is 16 ounces, but it almost looks like, well, I guess you can, by volume, you can tell that there's more mass in this size or whatever, but all right. Texture paste. Yeah. Texture paste. Okay, I'll get some. Though I'm not that excited that I want to have the acrylic work like oil either, because I really like acrylic for the watery quality where, I like that idea, the watery feel. And so I'm not necessarily, but at the same time, I'll tell you what, it's a lot cheaper than this oil paint. This oil paint is but you know what? It seems like you always can get more money for oils. It does seem that way. But maybe I would. Maybe that's not really true. In the contemporary arts sense, and really just a lot of art is done with acrylic. I'm gonna get some. It should probably be only like $16 for a for 16 ounces. I'm almost certain. I was looking at them, but they had so many different ones. They had Nova Gel. Nova Gel, Nova Supernova. They had whatever. I guess we could raise we could do a raise a crowdfunding campaign so I can buy some texture paste from Nova Color. Could we do like a GoFundMe? I think I need to do a GoFundMe. Anyway. All right, so I might. Well, the thing is, I already bought some stuff from them, So I'm like, oh, then I got to pay for shipping was $10. Oh well. No worries. All right, so like I said, I feel like I need to mess with this painting a little bit, but I don't have a easel. Oh, I do. I have an easel. Ah, look at that. We do have an easel. Okay. Ah, we do. I have a few of these, and these are great. These are lightweight, and they're incredibly cheap. These easels. Okay, get a shot of that. Okay, so we're gonna do a little. I think we're gonna do a little playing around with the paint. We're gonna push the paint. I don't know if it's big enough. Oh, it might be too. Oh, it is gonna be okay. It's just big enough. Does see? Oh no, it is not. Oh no, but I'll tape it in. I'll tape it in. I figure it out. Oh, see, it doesn't. Oh, that's okay. I thought that this was cool and all, but it has limitations, doesn't it? These. So it's not that great. But we can tape it. We can tape it. Did I say that? Let me see. Oh, maybe I can go higher. Is that right? No, that's only. That's it. We'll just have to tape it. That's no biggie, you know? Sometimes you just gotta go. There's ways around it. Okay, so I got this thing. What's up? What's up, Saucy Moon? Okay, so maybe this will work. Okay, this will not work. I don't think so. I'm not gonna be. Okay, I gotta use some tape. Get some tape. Let me see. Tape this up right here. That will work. Okay, let's get a little more tape on the bottom. Oh, what happened? All right, I think that's going to be good for. Oh, it's not the greatest, is it? Shoot. Oh, maybe this will work. This is gonna just. That will do it. That will do it. But I'm afraid that hopefully it's. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. Okay. We got it. We got it. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it, guys. All right. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. I guess. Hanging out. All right, let me add. I'm gonna mess around with this painting a little bit here because why not? I kind of wish I had my fluorescent colors, but I don't. Anyway, let's just put a little paint down and mess around, see what happens. Let's not worry about it so much, what we're gonna do. Let's just push some paint. Maybe some yellow. I'm not so sure what I'm going to go for. Let's just try a little yellow, see what this does. A little yellow. Okay, what are we going to do? So many. I'm not sure what the yellow would be good for. We got the live stream. What's going on, Asher? What's up? We got a live stream going on. We're about to paint right now. I guess, but I'm hesitant. Okay. Let's see. We're just gonna go ahead and put some yellow here and there. I don't know. I just don't know. Could be. I'm feeling like waves from the ocean or something. You know, it could be like waves, but this is yellow. It's not white. But just gonna kind of put that everywhere in the background. See what that does. It's kind of fun. Though, but maybe I shouldn't limit myself to the idea that it's waves. You know, it shouldn't. Maybe it could be something. Also, could be anything. Basically, it's more. I think it's more of a doodle. Yeah, it's more of a doodle that we got going on here. And so, since it's a doodle, then we don't have to limit ourselves to anything other than just sort of a visual something or another. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's kind of a doodle. All right, we'll be right back. We'll be right back. Be right back. We'll be right back. I'm going to get a close-up of that. Let's keep it on that one shot. Be right back. We'll be right back. Okay, we'll be right back. They need hats, says Asher. Yeah, let's put hats on the rounded part. So just to let you know that not that it makes a difference or that you can see it, but there's sort of an a luminous quality to the orange, and that's because it's spray paint. I spray painted that. And I'm going to try my best to just leave that as is, if possible. That's the plan. And we are trying to raise money for so I can buy some texture Nova Color paste, and it's $20. So anyone out there, we're looking for donations. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. I'm gonna make some. We're gonna do some whatever video on my phone. We'll post it up on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Oh! I need the. I need this thing. This guy. Oh, shit. Sorry. I just have the super chat. I have super chat, or you can donate on through Patreon, or I think I have a link to my a donation thing through PayPal. Okay, let's. There we go. Okay, now we're talking. That's as far as I can get it to go. Okay, here we go. Filming. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Okay, actually, let me get a shot of that. What am I doing here? Okay, there we go. We'll be right back. Hey, we'll be right back. Be right back. Be right back. All right. Ho, 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 ho! Lord Boom Macharuma! Thank you so much for helping me buy the textured paste from Nova Color. I will buy that. ASAP. ASAP. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. All right. Well, let's work more on this painting here. So I'm kind of trying. I think so. I guess speaking of just reality and sort of the, I guess, exploratory reality as an artist, and I guess promoting the idea that one could discover something interesting or new by way of using a different technique or materials. And in reality, it's all the same. It's the same. You're still pumping the same vibe. You're still you. It's still your thumbprint. Your fingerprint. It's still your passion. Your how you do it. No matter what you apply, the materials that you are using, you're not you know, ideally that's what it comes that's what it is or should be and can be. I think we get maybe sidetracked as life is the case, so that one may or may not um, follow their the true creative pursuits, and that's I think that maybe is probably the hardest part of being an artist is questioning, you know, what we're trying to do, or and also getting some kind of reward in the sense of hopefully selling your work, but again that's just not really you shouldn't let that be solely the impetus to your creativity. I think that could be it could be a smart thing actually, because you wouldn't uh, be so broke all the time. But I think it's a catch 22 thing, isn't it? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. All right. Anyway, so we got this thing going on here. Let me move it back here just a second. All right. So I'm kind of fiddling with this painting here. Oh, did I lose the volume? Oh, the volume went down. You know, I tell you what, it's so weird. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. Uh, I did a little move. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Every once in a while, I make a move in my software that I use, and sure enough, every time I make a move and then I'm not aware of it, the volume goes back down to like zero. It's not 0 0, but it's pretty pathetic, and so I gotta know to do that. And then, I try to contact the company or the people, whatever, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's impossible to explain what the hell's going on." And so I'm gonna have to spend basically the next week, figuring it out with these people, and I just haven't bothered. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Okay, let me get. Okay, I got this. This might be even a better shot. Right here. Okay. Here we go. I can't. I just don't know how to explain it. I can't explain it. I just know it happens. And the problem is I have to be able to explain what I'm doing, and it might have something to do with the fact that because I do everything. Because I do everything. What you see is what you get. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I don't know how I do anything. I just do it, And so because of that, there's a problem. And the problem is then when you have tech problems, how do you explain what the hell you just did? Because the way I configured, basically my configuration for this layout is apparently the wrong configuration in their eyes, in the eyes of whoever designed this operation, the software that I'm talking about. And so because of that, like I said, it's kind of impossible to explain what the hell you're doing. We'll be right back. Oh, let me look at the camera. We'll be right back. be right back. We'll be right back. All right, that was fun. We're having a good time. I didn't think I had it in me to even do anything tonight. I like I said, I feel like I've been dragging my feet, you know, and I'm not exuding the best that I could provide, you know. All right. Well, but we are here, and you know, it's been fun to just chat and hang out with you guys, I got to say. We need a raid in here, LOL. Where's the philosophical absurdist YouTube raids at? Where are they? Where are they? Speaking of a raid, we do have we are live on Twitch, but it seems like it's half the time dormant over there. Thank you, Asher. You like my beanie? Thank you very much. It's I think it's an LL Bean. Oh, you know what? I can't tell. It's been my greasy hat, my greasy head has over the years, because this is a few years old, has it's kind of gross, but you can't even read the lettering. Tempura. Whoa! Thank you very much, Tempura, for the support. I will. Hey, we got somebody over on Twitch coming through. LL Cool Bean, yes. That's right. It's an LL Cool Bean. Yes, that's right. I mean, as I recall, it is, and it's wool. I'm a wool beanie hat kind of guy. I like the wool beanie hats more so than some kind of synthetic plastic. I mean, it's not plastic, but it's like a synthetic polyester, I guess. Polyester, part polyester, part cotton beanie hats. Those anything that's polyester / cotton, I'm not a fan of. Give me some wool. That's the way to go. I know it can itch. That can be a pain in the ass, but you get over it. I think you can get over it. You can make it work. You know. All right. Should we add some more stuff here to this painting? I think so. It's looking kind of weak. It's looking kind of weak, but it's okay. It's all right if it's weak. Nothing wrong with a weak ass painting. But just know that that's what you got going on. That could be going on. Oh yeah, get some alpaca wool beanie. I do have an alpaca beanie. But the weave that I have, actually I had a really nice one and I lost it. Oh, I was so bummed. But then I have like a cheap version or a cheap one, and it's it was too loose. The weave is not tight enough. You need it tight if you want it to make it work in your on to give you warmth. You need some warmth, and so the weave needs to be tight. It's got to be a tight weave. It can't be just some fat yarn. That's like alpaca wool yarn, big deal. If you got big ass holes that you could, you know, whatever, you know, you could put your finger through. Well, maybe it's not that bad, but it's close to it. And so, you know, the cold air just goes right through it. That doesn't do you any good. So you need a hat, a beanie hat, by the way, that will take care of the business. And that's why I like the wool beanie hats with the tight weave. You need a tight weave. because that will cut down on the wind, I believe, for the most part. And and then in this case, I think there is sort of a built-in something. I don't know how they made it. All right, my hat, and I got no hair, by the way. So I really need to wear a hat, a beanie hat, in particular when it gets cold. It's not really that cold here, by the way. It's 54 degrees in the studio. All right, got all the camera shots coming here. I'm going to be buying some textured paste from Nova Color from your support. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. Okay, let's work on some of this. Back on this here, if it's possible. Maybe a little red. Get some red. Yeah, red. Let's get some red here. Let's see what the red can do. I'm going to give it like a little bebop. A little bit of a something there. Maybe I don't want to do that everywhere. It was an idea, it was an idea. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give a little back shadow. I'm thinking I'm going to do that. There's no going back. I'm going to commit myself to this idea. And again, I think I'm going to try to keep the spray paint of that I have for the letters just as they are. I'm not gonna mess with them. That's the hardest part with the painting is knowing when. Oh, I hate the fact that it dribbles. Sometimes you're better off working on a flat surface, really, with the acrylics. I find the way I work the acrylics. But anyway, just something to consider. I don't think we don't have a good setup for a more over the head shot, whatever. I tried to do that years ago, and I couldn't figure out how to do that in my studio. It's not rocket science, I know, but I couldn't do it. Maybe I need to revisit that idea. Get an overhead shot, Get the overhead shot going. Cuz that's always a good shot, Particularly if I'm going to be making use of a more watery quality with the acrylic, which is what I like anyway. I like that. I've always liked that part of acrylic. Well, I appreciate everybody's support here. Like I said, I'm still. Well, I mean, I hadn't done a show all week, and I feel like I'm not really delivering, anything worth watching, and all that stuff. You're just like, oh, why am I even bothering? Stuff like that. So it's nice. It's nice to get back on the. Just go for it. Basically, it's nice to just go for it, guys. Which is really basically you have to know you got to do that. You got to know to just do that. But it's hard. It's hard to know. It's hard to get going. I guess that's what it is. It's hard to get started, right? It's hard to get started. And ideally, I'd rather have this on a flat surface, I think. I think I'd have a better control of what I'm trying to do. But at the same time, you can kind of keep an eye on things, and maybe we can get it to work. I don't know. I'm just kind of picking up the dribbles here. Little see-through quality. Definitely looking forward to getting some of that fluorescent acrylic and give that a shot. Just painting whatever. But I was thinking plein air painting that, using that. I had tried some watercolor fluorescent, and I didn't really. I did it on my bicycle ride, one of my some of those bicycle rides, and so I didn't really explore it much more than just kind of haphazardly going about it. So obviously, I didn't go that far into making use of the fluorescent watercolors, but but in the back of my mind, you got to listen to what's in the back of your mind. What is in the back of your mind, guys? What is in the back of your mind? And you got to listen to what the back of your mind is saying. What is the back of your mind saying? You got to follow that. Ah. Tobin Sprout. I'm not familiar with Tobin Sprout. That's an interesting name. I'll look him up. Him or her. It's a nice name. It's a great name. Tobin Sprout. Tobin Sprout. Look it up. Fantastic. I do have an idea that I want to do. Oh, shoot, it's dribbling. See? That's why I don't like putting it on vertical, because then it starts dribbling on you. I guess we're just keeping an eye on it, so it's okay, but maybe I need to figure out how to go have a camera from above looking down. You know what it is? I don't have a good camera to do that. That's the problem. I have this camera, but it's like really big and bulky, and I don't think I really want a big old bulky camera up there. But maybe I need to get that. Whatever. Don't worry. Don't worry. No worries. No worries. It works. This works. This works. No worries. And yeah, so we do have some ideas. I was playing with some ideas, and it's just I haven't really been that. I guess I've been a little antisocial. I guess that could be the issue too. Maybe it's just I'm antisocial, or I mean, I don't know. Shoot. Thank you, JK. Thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of done with this painting back here behind me. My Burger King hat. I could talk to you about that painting if you want to hear me out on it. I I did a originally I had a painting of the landscape of just the landscape, and I'm like, and it was sitting there. Okay, it was a pretty landscape, and I was like, you know what? This thing's, there's nothing interesting about it. It's just kind of boring. And I've been kind of finding all this garbage out on the street, and so I've kind of been fascinated by it. And so I said, you know what? And it turned out that the the hat had the same colors as this painting. And anyway, just one thing led to another. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just paint that big, crazy, right on top of the whole thing. And it feels kind of good. I don't think I'm done with it, but I'm not going anything crazy more to it. I'm gonna leave it as is for the most part. I'm just gonna, um, add, just do a little touch up here and there, maybe. If it, so I'm not. I see a couple of things I kind of want to. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. We're doing a little glaze, it turns out, on this, a little bit of red. It helps. It seems like it's helping. Helping do something. It's kind of fun. For sure. I'm feeling it. You don't really see this so much, but like in... a lot of TV shows back in the day, particularly the Tonight Show, used to have this sign, "Be right back," or "We'll be right back," or something like that. Anyway, the idea is I'm going to use this for our show here. That was sort of the idea. But of course, if you want to buy it, we'll be happy to sell it to you. So I'm just kind of glazing, a little bit of water, a little bit of paint to this painting. And of course, I know it's dribbling down, so you don't want to give it more paint than water. You got to be careful, because if you give it too much water, then it will just dribble everywhere. But you want to give it a little bit of water because you want it to be a glaze, I think. That's my thinking here. But if it does dribble, we can pick it up. It's not the end of the world. I'm glazing it like a donut. It's kind of interesting for me because part of me does want to just have it on the ground or on a flat surface. And I'm not doing that because I don't really have a good setup for that, for you guys to see what's going on. So because of that, I'm doing it vertical. But what's kind of nice about it being vertical is it kind of, well, I can see what's going on, and well, that's A and B and C and D. I mean, it's everything. Getting a little too much paint there. That's all right, though. So we're just. I mean, it's not like I'm certain of knowing what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of. I think that what's neat about a water using water mediums and kind of using a more watercolory. Oh, let's see, it's starting to bleed now on me. Uh, there's a little bit of a discovery, kind of like I don't know if you're familiar with print. People, you probably know what I'm saying. Print when I say print making, but prints are can be like that, you know. There's a little bit of or actually ceramics. You know, you put it in the kiln, you have no idea what's going on, you know. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and rework those yellows and give them a little bit of red like that because I think it's going to pop. So it's kind of dripping a little bit on me, but that's okay. We're picking it up mostly. Now, if you put it on the ground, you know, on a flat surface and do this kind of stuff, it works pretty good, but there's also the tendency of it puddling. It puddles too much. So, in a way, this might be a quicker. You can get more, maybe. Shoot. there's no way to. There's no right way to do it. I know that. There's just not. There's just that's the way it is. But I think you could get more layers by doing it this way, using it vertical, possibly. Okay, so I'm going to come in and hit all those little guys, all the yellows with some red dots, I think. If I may ask, do I have a favorite IPA? Oh, that's a great question. Let me tell you the IPA that I just was finished drinking. It is called Anderson Valley Hop Otten. It's Anderson Valley Brewing Company. The IPA is called Hop Otten, Ottin. And as you can see, it's got a lovely little design and all. It's 7% alcohol, so it kind of knocks you out a little bit. And I gotta say, it's got a very robust quality. It's very it's tasty. It almost feels like a meal you know. And I think they're Anderson Valley. I believe that's somewhere in Northern California. I'm not. I can't say. I'd have to look it up. I'm sure you could look it up. Booneville, California. Booneville, California. I don't. That's somewhere in Northern California. It's got it. You know, if you're looking to, if you're looking for a pilsner, because it's 100 degrees outside, uh, and you want to drink 4, 5, 6, 7 of these beers because it's 110 degrees now. No, I would not be drinking an IPA. But when it's cold, I do like an IPA when it's cold. And this is good. This is a quality beer. I gotta say, it's a good beer. Oh shoot! See some more dribbles coming down here, coming our way. Let's see if I can fix some of these before they get out of hand. Okay, let's go back and. There was a brewery in Pennsylvania that contacted me. They wanted to do a name a beer after me. Isn't that cool? And then it never happened. They gave up on the idea. But they contacted me for the idea. They're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, every once in a while you get contacted by people. Yeah, it's just the way life is. People are interested, whatever, and then nothing happens. Basically, that's the case. I would say 99, you know, times out of 100. But there is that moment, there is that time where it's like, no, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And, whatever obstacles that seem to arise, we'll make sure it works out and we're going to do it. It's going to happen. I can't get a good dot. Get the dots going here. Obviously, I've committed myself to painting these little dots on the yellow. But I am losing interest quickly, but we are basically almost done. All right, we navigated through the that background. Let me maybe bring back some of the yellow. I feel like I need to give it some yellow now. Maybe let's just give it a little reinforce the yellow here and there. Not like it have to be everywhere, but just give it a little love. Feels good. Kind of feels good. That's always good. Visually, it feels good. It's popping. How did I come to the idea of the trash painting? Shoot. I think I mentioned that I've been walking. I walk in my neighborhood is it's a lot of trash in my neighborhood basically, and so I see a lot of rappers, uh, not musical rappers, though occasionally you might see someone that might be blasting some rap music in their car as they drive by, but just there's some this up here. I didn't get up there. That's all right. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this. Oh yeah, we'll keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, keep it going. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of garbage everywhere, and a lot of them are wrappers for various things. And so I found the Burger King thing. Check this out. I found these. Look at this. Look at that. Quarter pounder with cheese. Does that look gross? Luckily there's no burger stuck to it. It's just weathered from being out on the street. It's been run over by a car. I mean, I love it. It's so beautiful. And then this, look how bright this is. Boom! Cheetos, look at that. Oh my God. It's actually quite exciting, a little bit. A little bit. I think you get tired of, sometimes you get tired of it all, but holy cow, it's already getting up close to 9 o'clock. Holy cow. All right, shoot. That's crazy. Well, I guess we'll be here just a tad bit longer. It's 47 degrees, or at least that's what it says on the computer on my phone, but it says 54, but okay, so it's one or the other. We'll stay here for a few more minutes. I'm gonna give it a little more love, and then maybe mess with it later or whatever. I don't know. A lot of times you just gotta let it breathe, let it do its thing, you know. And so because of that, you don't have to commit. One does not have to, though. It's kind of good that way too, though. I come from this background of painting from out on location and stuff, and so basically after 2 hours, that's like boom, 2-3 hours out there, you're done, and that's it. You move on and you paint something else, and so it's sort of like hit or miss. At least that's how I approached it, or I learned to approach it. You know, there's no right way to do it, but that's how I kind of discovered how to do it. Not sure what these little red, yellow things are, but they're all over the place. You want to see something with the quarter pounder? Yeah, I know. I want to do it too. I'm going to do it. I'll tell you what, guys. That I'm getting. I'm going to close up shop. That's what I'm getting close to saying, or about to say to you all right now. But it was a joy and a pleasure to hang out with you this afternoon, this evening. And we discovered a lot of things. We kind of we kind of had a nice powwow of possibilities, of creative possibilities. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll be back. We'll try to come back to you again tomorrow. I thank you to our super chatters, and I will now proceed to buy some textured paste from Nova Color. Saucy Moon likes the red and yellow things all over. Thank you. So with that in mind, guys, I will see you tomorrow. I think, maybe, hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll give it another shot. Maybe we'll try something entirely different. I keep thinking I'm going to try something different, and then I run out of time or energy, and then I just show up. Which turns out to be okay too, you know, I think. We did a little painting. We did a little talking. Thank you, Lord Boom Charoom, again for your support for sure, and also to Tempora Terry, also for his support. All right, I'll see you guys. Hopefully tomorrow. My team, my Raiders are playing tomorrow, so I don't know, man. I feel like I got to watch that game. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, maybe I'll come on earlier or something. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.